What is going on, mortals? Mortopia here. Welcome to How to Tame, a series where I will be covering every tameable dino in Ark, going over the best way to tame them, and then going through their features or abilities just to show them off. But first, small disclaimer. All this taming is done on a boosted server, but the taming method is exactly the same that you'd have to use on an official server. But if you are playing on an official server, you should know by now it's going to take you a lot longer to gather the resources and a lot longer to do the taming. But with that out of the way, let's just get to what we're going to be taming today. Today we're going to be taming one of the most easiest creatures ever. It's just really easy. It's one of the first saddles you get, I do believe, and it's not really good for much. But let's just get to it. So we're gonna run over it. We're just gonna show you what it is. It is this big, beefy warthog pig kind of looking dino. It is a Phiomia. Now you probably usually see these just wandering around willy-nilly. But they do get spooked very easily, so if anything attacks them, they will just immediately run off in any direction just to get away. And you can hear the noise from them. Holy Jesus. So, let's just knock it out. That's what we're going to need to do. We're going to need to knock it out. So it's knocked out, right? I didn't kill it. No, okay, I did knock it out. So, what are you going to need to tame a Phiomia? Well, people who usually tame Phiomias, they're not looking for like a big level. They're not looking for a perfect tame or anything like that, because Phiomias aren't really good for anything. They're good for like one main purpose, and that is about it. This is that purpose I will tell you just after it's tamed. So, best thing really, well, it's not the best thing, but the thing that you probably will go for is just medjool berries. Just get some medjool berries on it and just tame it up. After all that, I didn't get any medjool berries. Are you kidding me? Oh, that was only broken. Yeah, just medjool berry it up. Yeah, they're in my last soft bar. There we go. Then we're just going to put all the berries on it, just to back it up a bit. And we're just going to wait for it to tame. And so it's eating quite nicely. But you can, if you do want to get a perfect tame Phiomia, like a 150 or something, just because it's rare, the best thing to feed it is vegetables. So either any of the 4 vegetables that you can grow in a greenhouse, but most likely if you're taming a Phiomia, you don't really want a perfect tame, so just whack some berries on there to tame it up as quickly as you possibly can, because you don't really want to waste your hard grown vegetables, because vegetables do take a lot of time to grow, and you don't really want to waste it on a mount or a dino that isn't really going to appreciate it or not going to do a lot of work for you. So eating again. So people who have been playing Ark for a long time, they will also know what a Phiomia is good for. It's good for one main purpose. Here we go, just tame it up. Booyah. I'll tell you in a minute. But you can get a saddle for this. So you can ride it, and we got the saddle right there. Looking pretty good. And like I said, this is one of the first saddles you can get, because you unlock it at level 5. Yes, level 5. So we can get on, we can ride it. Like I said, this is on a boosted server, so so its speed is a bit much. It's only got 1 attack, and it doesn't look like it harvests anything. That's a bit unfortunate. Its speed is alright. Its health and weight is probably the thing that you will want to go with. Maybe. Another thing, Phiomias seem to have reasonably high torpor, so an early mount might help you out just so it can tank some torpor for you from a scorpion or anything like that. Oh, yeah, that's what I would use a Phiomia for if I had to get one early on. It's not the first mount I would go for. The first mount I always go for is the Pteranodon. It's just one of those. I don't know what it is. Pteranodon all the way. And the second one is, as you can probably tell, it's for its poos. This is one of, well, it's the actual only creature. Phiomia produces more medium dinosaur feces than any other domestic creature. Pretty cool. This makes them an ideal animal to have when trying to maximize a fertilizer production. By feeding them stem berries, they will produce a high amount of feces. So I think I took my measure stems. No, I didn't. So I'm going to show you how this works. Put some stems on it and just feed it. Its food will go down. Its food's about halfway now, but its food will go down dramatically. So I'm just going to pump all these 90 stem berries into it, and I'm going to show you how much poo or feces that it is going to produce. So boom! And this is how many feces you're going to get. This is from just a normal stack of stem berries. The poops are disappearing now, but that's a lot of poop just to get you going for some fertilizer. Because you can just put these normal poos in the crop plots if you really want to, or if you're a bit further leveled up, you can get a compost bin, and you can put thatch in a compost bin with some poops from the Phiomia, and it will automatically just turn it into high grade fertilizer. But other than that, the Phiomia isn't really good for much. For early game, weight wise, it's alright. You can probably transport some stuff. That is about it. Its health is not really good. But if you run across these in the wild, you're halfway through a wall. If you run across these in the wild, you can go ahead and kill them, because they will give you a decent amount of meat for the size of the dino itself. So it's pretty good. So yeah, its sprinting, it's alright. Its stamina is actually really good. It's only got one attack, which the attack is not very effective. It can't even harvest its own berries, and it just poops constantly. It's ridiculous how much this dino can poop. But other than that, that's about it. That is the Phiomia. One of the first very easy mounts that you could possibly get your hands on early game. It's just that you have to be careful. If you're trying to knock out one of these, you either need to trank it really quick to get its teleport up high enough so it just passes out. Otherwise, you'll be chasing it into a wild. Or you could also get an Argent Harvest, pick it up. And where is it, my Argent? You could get an Argent Harvest, find one in the wild that you really want, pick it up, and then drag it over to a taming pen and put it in so it doesn't have any chance of running away when you do hit it with some tranks. That is probably the best way to tame it if you're trying to tame one of these. Pick it up with an Argent and whack it in a taming pen so it doesn't have a chance to run away. Oh yeah! This nose is going through the floor. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that is the Phiomia. That's all the information. That's kind of its features. You could make it into a war pig maybe if you had enough levels on it, but it doesn't gain levels that quick, not like any other creature. So yeah, it just doesn't really make the best mount at all. But anyway, Moles, that is it for the Phiomia. If you ever go and tame one of these and this guide helps you out in any way, please don't forget to show that like button, who is boss, by punching it in the face. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button. And as always, mortals, don't forget to share it with your family and your friends and around the world. That's it. I am T, and I am out.